Hello survivors and welcome to another Walking Dead Road to Survival video, and in this video we're going to be going over League's Season 33. This is Mythic League Season 33, where we're going to get a new weapon in the store. There is also going to be a new mod to work towards. It's one of the rarer mods as well, as you can see on the screen. Days Resist is a harder resist. It was later introduced, so obviously people didn't get it as often because it was not in the pool of mods that you could get initially. And as you can see on the right hand side, we have got another pistol return, which is actually a really good pistol. If you missed out on it the last time, it is actually worth picking up on, but if you already got it, I don't think it's worth getting a second one. But we'll go over the information. It says League's Season 33 begins Monday, which is today. Below are Paragon mods, 5-star weapons and other rewards that can be found in the upcoming refresh of the League's missions and season store. It starts today and it lasts for just under a month until it doesn't actually last just under a month. Wait, what are these dates? 15th of the 1st. I think the end date must be incorrect. It must be 15th to the 12th. Okay, never mind. It's just under a month until the 15th of December 2023. I was like, it goes until January, but no, it doesn't. Here's the new weapon. It's Bloody Richard's carving knife. It has got 40. I hope this is on the screen. It is. It has got 40% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, improved bleeding when attacking, a better chance to cause 8% of this fighter's attack stat and bleed damage for 4 turns to the enemy. And then the last one, it has improved bleed boost, increase all bleed damage this character does by 8% of their attack stat. Now, this could be good for very particular characters out there when it comes to bleed characters, but there aren't too many like heavy bleeders at the moment. But it's going to be interesting to see if potentially this could increase like Zachary's bleed. If you put this in Zachary's hands, maybe it works with his passive. I don't know if that'll be the case because well, actually it doesn't say when attacking. It just says increase all bleed damage this fighter does by 8% of their attack stat. So potentially it could, and that could be quite nice when it comes to using Zachary against certain teams, because he is still reasonably usable against particular teams. If you want to use him on a burn bleed team, his bleed is actually pretty significant, and it's going to be another nice boost, 8%, and it'll probably multiply with the base boost that he already has, so it'll actually be pretty decent. But yeah, not too bad at all. And then when attacking, a better chance to cause 8%. I think the third slot is not great. It would have to be much higher. Like, it would have to be honestly like 15 to 20% to really be significant, because most characters when they're in the burn bleed team have like what? You're lucky if they get 80k attack, because you don't have crazy attack a lot of the time, because you have to have effects on the weapons, so you're not getting a lot of 1535s. So you're gonna have to get 20% of that to really be decent. That's something like 15k bleed. It's not even that great. But overall, the weapon is interesting. I don't think it's really going to be too amazing for raids and war and stuff like that, but it could be decent for faction assault potentially, unless it works in Zachary's hands and it has a little bit of a niche potential. The returning weapon is Laura's sapping revolver, and this is actually a really good weapon. 40% attack, a huge bonus to AP when attacking, AP down when attacking, a better chance to cause minus 30 AP to the enemy. But this is the bit that's important. Alert attacks at the start of each turn, all other teammates get 10% attack for each alert teammate on the team for 1 turn. And there's been quite a few alert characters come out recently, especially if you've been picking up some of the premieres like Wanderer, and then obviously Laura herself is obviously good on attack teams. We have got the Governor or Philip Blake as a leader, and that extra 30% attack can really be useful. And also don't forget we've got Lydia as well as a free-to-play, so you can stack those up. If you've got 1 copy of Laura and just Lydia, they get an extra 20% attack, and that's nothing to be sniffed at. That's actually pretty decent off of turn 1 on that signature move of off of Lydia. As I went over her in my guide previously, that signature move can hit really hard. An extra 20% attack is going to be even nicer. The return of the rest is probably going to be exactly the same. We have got 2,500 TWD gold medals for 3,500 season tokens, and you can buy that up to 6 times. Then we have 2,500 gold mythic tokens for 3,000 season tokens. You can buy that up to 8 times. Bloody Richard's carving knife is going to cost 40,000 season tokens. Laura's revolver is going to cost 20,000. If you already bought Laura's revolver, I don't think you need to buy another one. They don't stack in the same team. There was another weapon that was around. I think it was one of Gabriel's that had the same buff. You might want to pick up a second one here just to have one much more defensive, so it's got HP as the stat rather than attack, because if you do put in someone like Laura's hand, she doesn't need attack, but that's up to you if you want to just have a bit of a choice there. Silver choice tokens, 4,000 season tokens each, up to 15. I know some people love the silvers. And then gold salvage tokens, 500 season tokens, and you can get 30, and it's 10 gold salvage tokens, so you get up to 300. This is one of the only real free-to-play sources of salvage tokens, so this is generally recommended to be able to pick these up, to be able to like just complete road maps quickly, world map quickly if you want to pick up pieces of gear, so on and so forth. Although doing it with these salvage tokens is still worse than doing it with a drop lead from my testing. Then there's the League Season 33 missions. You can see that if you reach Diamond League, you get 2 Mystery Platinum mod boxes. Collect the tournament seal in the League store, and then you get some rewards 2 and 3. And as you progress through Diamond, you get more rewards. When you get to Diamond 5, although it just says randomly Paragon on the left hand side, I'm not sure. Maybe that's a Diamond 4 reward. I don't know. I think it's just in the wrong place. I think it's meant to be reward 1 for Diamond 5 reward, but it's a Paragon mod choice box, and it is actually a pretty good mod. As you can see, you can choose whatever set you want: attack, defense, HP, crit set, and you can get a Daze resist mod. Now I will say there's no wrong set here to pick, because Daze is good on attack and defense. Primarily I'd say it's better on, actually it's really hard to call. There's a lot of very important signature moves on attack now, and there's a lot of Daze potential on defense teams. So you might want to think about having Daze resist on some of your attack team characters, but it's not bad on defense team characters. I did actually, like in that build for Lydia, put a Daze resist on her because her signature is so important. You want to protect it as much as possible. And if you are coming up against these new Telltale teams, there is Clementine who can do Daze. There's probably another character in there that can do Daze as well. So that's pretty much a little look at the League store, season store. Pretty much the same as always. Rinse, repeat on the stuff, but I guess that isn't necessarily a bad thing. I wouldn't say the weapon is fantastic. The returning weapon's nice if you haven't got it already, but the actual new weapon isn't really a game changer. So we've got to wait another month, so it's free to play to kind of get our hands on something potential. And this is the primary source of weapons for free to play now, because event weapons you cannot get as a free to play. There's no other source of weapons for free to play. There is a new event that came out where free to play get like certain amount of pulls, but it's complete RNG. You could get no weapons and just walk away with loads of like resources. You could walk away with like 9 weapons. You could get really lucky. It's very unlikely, but this is the main source of weapons for free to play now, and they have to be good. They have to be useful. They have to be what is kind of like required or like missing. And I'd say for free to play right now, what's missing is defensive weapon for a tough character. That seems to be the problem on my roster. I never buy weapons. The most expensive weapon I've ever bought is a battle pass weapon, and what is massively lacking on my roster is defensive options for tough characters. All my good defensive weapons for tough characters are like 3-year-old League store weapons. That tells you how bad it is right now. But yeah, otherwise that weapon, like I say, not too amazing in my opinion. So that's it for season 33. Nothing really to be too excited about. The weapon is okay, I guess. We're going to see if it works with Zachary, but that's pretty much the only real usage I think it has, unless you picked up the new Bloody Richards from the event, which I didn't, because I don't think he's that good, and I think the mods in that store are really good. Are going to actually change, how powerful my account is, whereas Bloody Richards is not. I can't consistently get a bad character and fall behind by not picking up really good mods, and there's such good mods in that store. I don't even think Bloody Richards plus this weapon would really do much either anyway, so it's not even really like I'm missing out. But I will probably pick up the weapon just for collection purposes and just for fun, just see if it works with Zachary. But that's pretty much it, unfortunately. I don't think it's that big a deal. I do hope we get some weapons that are kind of missing, especially this is the free-to-play access right now. There's not much else that free-to-play can do to get their hands on weapons. The events have gone way downhill, especially the monthly event. We used to get weapons in those as free-to-play on an every month consistent basis, 1 to 2, sometimes even 3 weapons. Now we get 0. You don't get any weapons as a free-to-play in those events unless you sacrifice other parts of the rewards, which is just, It's just absolutely terrible. These monthly events have gone so bad. I'm probably going to make some content on about that very soon, because it's just literally, I think it's killing the game. Because I've talked about this recently. 80% of people don't play for anything else except these monthly events, and they're just absolutely so shoddy right now. They're terrible, and they're gearing them really badly, and they're looking at trying to make as much money from these events rather than looking at these as the thing they lose money on but keep people around. And right now they're not. They may be making a little bit of money, but they're not keeping people around, and that's going to hurt long term. But like I said, I'm going to probably make some content on that in the coming days or weeks, because it's getting to that point where it's just so bad. I'll see what the next event's like. If it's drastically improved, I'll make a video about it, but say, hey, look, this drastically improved, that's great. But if it's the same, honestly, progressively got so bad in the last 3 months, every event's got worse. It isn't the same. It's actually got worse each event, because it's got more expensive to get the weapon, and you get less as a free-to-play. It's absolutely horrendous, and I'm trying my best not to curse, because it's that bad. I'm just like gonna swear my head off, basically. But anyway, that's season 33. Bit sidetracked, bit of a rant. We'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks, but yeah, not really happy with the monthly events for sure. Do leave your thoughts on season 33 in the comments down below. I want to thank you very much for tuning in, and as always, keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.